plant that we are going to speak of today is staurogyne repens. Staurogyne repens is again one of the most popular plants that we all love and use in our planted aquariums. So since this is a series of videos where we talk about the 5 most popular carpeting plants, staurogyne repens cannot be avoided from the list. Staurogyne repens is famous for its bushy growth and the light green color. But there are few facts around staurogyne repens as a hobbyist that we need to be aware of and cognizant of. Talking about the planting techniques, to plant staurogyne repens in soil, it's pretty easy. Whether you use in vitro pot or the black pot that we get, which is the immersed grown one, staurogyne repens is pretty easy to plant. You can in fact plant staurogyne repens without removing any sort of water. You can directly plant using a tweezer even if your tank is full of water. It's mostly, even if you buy TC cups or immersed grown, you will get single stems out of it or few bunches. You can use a tweezer and easily plant them up. But however, after planting, many of us face issues around staurogyne repens, and mostly because we are not aware of very basic facts around keeping staurogyne repens. The number one fact, staurogyne repens do not like large water changes. So if you are a person who will constantly change water, say more than 60-70%, staurogyne repens may not like this huge water change because the parameters changes. Second thing that we should be aware of is it doesn't like huge pH and K changes. And the third fact around keeping staurogyne repens is that to get this light green color and bushy growth, we do expect it to be kept in a high-tech environment, which is you need to inject pressurized CO2 and it requires high intensity lights to give us these kind of results. Staurogyne repens, as popularly known as a carpeting plant, will also beautifully dwell along with the mid-ground plants because it grows a bit taller than the normal carpeting plant, just like Pogosamon helfrey that we spoke of in the last video. Staurogyne repens also has got another problem. So there is a melting sensation or temptation for staurogyne repens. Many of the blogs, if you verify, it's all spoken about. People are not clear about the reason. And the peculiarity about this melting is that it might pass on to other plants which are nearby. And there is no particular reason around that. If you want to achieve a nice carpet out of staurogyne repens, one need to provide a very favorable environment for that, otherwise you will see the taller growth. But we use staurogyne repens mainly to create some sort of a street in a Dutch aquarium, or people do use it to scape in the foreground in certain pockets of areas. One good fact about staurogyne repens is that it also thrives well in a low light environment, but the only difference is you will feel or you will see that the color of the leaves turns a little bit darker. Also, staurogyne repens, compared to any other carpeting plants or the 5 carpeting plants that we are talking about, comparatively a very slow growing plant, which also means those algae that latch onto the leaves that you commonly see on anubias, staurogyne repens are also prone to have those algae, but it's not up to that problematic level that you'll see. So staurogyne repens is a very beautiful plant. You all must try this plant if you haven't yet. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.